explosion. With a few additions here, this portion here in the middle is from our own galaxy. Now, what we see here are hot spots. The red ones are hot and the blue ones are cold, and those things are about a part in 100,000 brighter or colder than the average here. These spots are going to grow up to be gigantic structures, 300 million light years across in our present age. So we've seen them before they've blown up, before they've expanded with the universe.
It was the long-awaited result. At last, the variations in the background radiation had been found. A quarter of a century since Penzias and Wilson had first heard the echo from the Big Bang. But despite COBE, Fred Hoyle did not abandon his steady-state model. Hoyle remained violently opposed to the theory that he had inadvertently named. He went to his grave in 2001 still believing that his theory was correct and that the Big Bang was wrong. But the evidence was now stacked up against him. The fact that Hubble had observed galaxies hurtling away from each other, which meant our universe was expanding. That Penzias and Wilson had detected radiation left over from a primordial fireball.
We have the main engine start and lift off.
And that COBE had detected ripples within this cosmic radiation.
Observation background explorer.
All of this has provided overwhelming evidence for a universe created by a Big Bang. Although one problem persists. The wonderful dark matter that is so handy when it comes to explaining how galaxies work has still not been found. Not in the depths of a salt mine, nor in any of the existing particle accelerators. But this may be about to change. Very soon, the Large Hadron Collider at CERN in Geneva will be switched on. It's a particle accelerator capable of creating the conditions less than a billionth of a second after the Big Bang itself. For the first time in 13.7 billion years, scientists will be able to see what Hoyle claimed they never could. They will effectively be able to witness creation.
This is like a huge new microscope that will bring us visibility to a different world.
The universe, like everybody else, is made of little pieces which need to be understood in order to understand how the universe works.
Some of the technologies we're using did not exist when we started actually designing these detectors.
So just how do you go about building a Big Bang machine? First, burrow down 100 meters. Drill through the rock until you have a 27-kilometer circular tunnel. Around the tunnel, cast vast chambers, each the size of a cathedral. Inside these, engineer the most complex cameras ever made to detect particles. Then, after nearly 2 decades, you can at last contemplate the experiment. The LHC will generate 7 times the energy of any previous accelerator. By doing so, it will take us closer to the Big Bang than we have ever been before.
feel by walking in the corridors of CERN and of other laboratories in the world that the enthusiasm is increasing again in anticipation of what may happen.
The scale of the forces at work in this process is unprecedented. The experiment, a step into the unknown.
Science is what we do when we don't know what we're doing. That's a very good scene for science. Revolutions sometimes come from the fact that you hit a wall and you realize that you truly haven't understood anything.
Some believe it's the only way we can grasp the reality of our universe.
We're actually at a point where only experiments can tell us what the way forward is.
From a leap of faith prompted by what one man recorded from scanning the heavens in 1929 to teetering on the very brink of scientific fact in 2008, the Big Bang's journey through 8 decades of philosophical debate and scientific endeavour might finally be approaching an historic denouement. On the other hand, if the final pieces of the cosmological jigsaw don't fall into place at the LHC, then our journey has only just begun.
Our look at the Big Bang continues next tonight with the Big Bang Machine on BBC4. Don't go away. Go to the Radio 4 website now to find out about coverage of next week's Big Bang Day and see videos of the day's presenters.